Cheryl, thank you for coming back to our channel. For those of you that are new, my name is Cheryl. And if you are new to our channel, I hope that you subscribe, like. If you have any things that you want to say, I hope that you'll use our comment section to do that. The two words that I would highly recommend that you don't say to yourself is, I can't. Now, I'm going to tell you, I have been around a long time, and I've done that. For a long time, I did that. But I also still do that, and I have to remind myself not to do it because it's not good. So what I want you to instead say is, okay, think about what I can do to make whatever it is you're trying to do happen for yourself. And instead of saying I can't, say I will. Now I'm going to give you an example. I came really close to saying just recently, we can't do this YouTube thing. We can't do it because it's not happening for us. I had no idea how hard it was going to be to have a YouTube channel and get subscribers. We do have like 361 subscribers, I think, something like that. But you need 1,000 to get monetized, which that's not everything. I mean, I enjoy doing this, but I'm getting frustrated. It's been very challenging to get subscribers. And, you see all these YouTubers out there that, have 25,000 views on their video and thinking, what am I doing wrong? Why can't I do this? And it's like, see, I can't. I'm saying, why can't I? Why can't I? Instead of saying, I will. And we just have to continually try different ways of doing something and think about what it is we need to do to make it happen. And that's what we plan on doing now. So we're going to make it happen. And I hope that one of you that are watching this channel right now will go out there and subscribe to our channel and help us make it happen. But anyway, I don't know. So, but I am going to tell you another situation when I said I can't. And before I do that, I'm going to say why it's so important. There's people out there that say, I can't save money. I can't cook. I can't clean very well. I can't get a job. I can't pass that test. I've tried twice and I can't do it. I can't go to college, or I can't go to tech school. I can't be like that person because they're so popular. That can't be me. Whatever the case may be, we all do it. But the truth of the matter is, if you don't change your framework and your mind about that, it's going to be, I can't, and you won't, I am not going to get real religious here, but I did read a really good book. It was written by Norman Vincent Peale, and it's called You Can If You Think You Can. And in this book, they have several stories about different people who were struggling doing different things. But in this book, there was one story that really stood out for me. And it was about the 16-year-old kid that wanted to get a job. He got up really early because he knew the employer was going to, open his office for interviews and hire one person. So he said, I'm going to be there early. He gets there early, gets inside the room, and he's like number 21 in line. And instead of what most people might do and say, you know what, I'm just going to leave. There's all these people in front of me. There's no way I'm going to get that job. He's going to hire somebody before I even get up there. Instead of doing that, he said, what am I going to do? I have to think about what it is I'm going to do. I'm going to think about this. And guess what? What did he do? He wrote on a piece of paper something and brought it up to this guy's secretary and said, please, the next time he comes out here to get somebody else to interview, could you please tell him that this is a really important message for him to read, and ask him if he could read it immediately. And she thought, wow, okay, So that's exactly what happened. The boss or whoever was hiring opened up this note, and it said, whatever you do, don't hire anybody until you speak to me. I'm number 21 in line, and my name is so-and-so, right? So let me ask you what you think about that. Put it down in the comment section. What do you think about that ploy? That he did that? Do you think the boss hired him? What did he show the boss? He's able to work through a very stressful situation. He's able to problem solve because he knew what he was up against. He knew that there was no chance unless he did something that he would get the chance to meet the boss and be able to get that job. But no, he problem solved. He said, I'm going to get that job. He was positive. He didn't step on anyone's toes. He just did it, right? Do you think the boss hired him? But in my mind, if I was the boss looking for somebody, I would have hired him. I would have hired him. This is another thing that happened to me, or happened to my husband and I. We had a camper that we had to sell. It was older. It was a 2011, but this was quite a few years back, 2011. I don't remember what year it was, but it was an older, it was a fifth wheel camper, and we needed to sell it, and we were not able to sell it. We had signs on it, almost the whole summer, and it was towards the end of July, and the fair was coming along for a week. And I said, Wayne, maybe what we need to do is park the camper near the fairgrounds. Think of all the people that go to the fairgrounds, that may be looking for a camper. And if it's right there and we have our number, maybe somebody will, call us. It was there all week. And it was like the day before the fair ended, we got one call. And I said, Wayne, get down there, hurry up, go down there and tell them you're going to be right down there to show it. And I'm sitting and I'm pacing and I'm thinking, if we don't sell this camper, it's the last chance. What am I going to do? How is this going to happen? And I'm thinking, how are we going to make this happen? Okay? And then it comes to me. I call Wayne up and say, Wayne, just don't ask, but just answer my question. Is the guy still there? Are you showing the van? Are you showing the camper? He said, yes. And I said, the next thing is, I want you to repeat what I say. He said, okay. And I said, I'm showing the camper now, so I can't show it to you right at the moment, but my number. If you call me in the next hour, I can show it to you. So he says all that. Now the guy is in the room and he's listening to all this. And he said, yes, we can plan a time. I will call you back and we'll probably do it around 5 or whatever the time is. And he repeats what I say. So one thing that I've learned in my life, and I had known at that time, is that people want things they can't have. If there's a potential of losing something, they want it all the more. So I tried to create a situation in that guy's mind that somebody else was interested in something he was interested in. Do you know? The guy bought the van, bought the camper, the fifth wheel. We sold the fifth wheel because I thought, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? So you can, if you think. Now, some of you might be listening and thinking, well, that's underhanded. Look, it didn't hurt anybody. It didn't hurt anybody. We didn't take advantage. We sold it for exactly what we asked for. As a matter of fact, I think we probably even came down on the price because we wanted to sell it so bad. But the thing is that we just did what we had to do to make it happen. And that's all I'm telling all of you. Don't give up. Just like we're not going to give up on YouTube. I think it'd be really cool if you guys would subscribe and see if we made it. I do think that would be a really cool thing. Will it happen? Maybe it'll happen because I did this video. Who knows? Wouldn't you like to be a part of that? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. But I don't know. I really love doing this regardless of whether or not we get 1,000 subscribers. This is, I'm retired. I'm looking for something challenging, and this has been very challenging. I enjoy doing it, and we'll probably do it until we just don't enjoy it anymore, to be honest with you. So you don't have to subscribe. I'm not saying that. I do want to say that I really do appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.